the mountain is a place to take a step back from the way the world is and to learn and to grow in a really unique way.
You really get to build intimacy with the land here, and you really get to build a relationship to these systems.
Being able to look at the world through the lens of food is not only so fascinating, but it's such a great way to be reminded of how everything is connected to each other.
The Allegheny Mountain Institute is an educational nonprofit working to cultivate healthy communities through food and education. And our aim is to train fellows to become leaders and advocates for a food system that is socially, environmentally, and economically just.
I'm in the farm and food study phase of the fellowship at the moment, and that is a 6-month phase in which we live here on the mountain and we learn a kind of the basics of farming. It's like a crash course in agriculture, and we live here together on the mountain.
First of all, having like a tuition-free learning experience in which I could dabble in, beekeeping and herbalism and mushrooming and, like leadership and conflict resolution.
What I appreciate is that there's been a lot of care to the actual curriculum in regards to making sure, especially the first 2 weeks, that as an actual cohort that we really are a community. And then in that kind of learning from each other through our lived experiences, through our work, through our education, and then having these workshops that kind of give little bits and pieces of kind of the puzzle of the food system and seeing how we could play a role in that.
It's a lot of mental work, it's a lot of spiritual work, and it's a lot of physical work, and it's extremely rewarding. You get to eat like amazing, wonderful food, and you get to share in a community. I think naturally that just changes you for the better. This certainly is like a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
What I think AMI does a really great job of is that holistically we get all this information these 6 months, so we're pretty geared to actually do a really good job in our community action year.
In the community action year, the fellows are working with AMI and our partner organizations to change the way the food system is working and to share these skills with others. Part of our work is talking about and learning with and learning from the fellows around how the food system is broken and who it is harming and who it is benefiting. And then also supporting the fellows and supporting our communities as we work to create and envision a different kind of system.
We work very purposefully to try to match fellows' passions, their skills, their interests with community-identified needs and projects that are growing. They are able to gain farming skills while at the same time working on innovative solutions with schools, with hospitals, and other community organizations. They have the opportunity to work with teachers to transition courtyard gardens into learning spaces.
To be a farmer, and maybe I'll grow mushrooms.
There you go.
And underutilized land into farms.
Starting with kids, I think, is a great way to change their point of view going into the future.
Overall, there's a variety of different opportunities, and fellows get to practice the skills that they need to create the change that they want to see in our food system.
I know I want to keep working in food systems. AMI has just definitely solidified that for me.
The community itself is such a source of growth and learning, and I mean, just in terms of people applying, I'd recommend to do it, and I'd recommend in the process, show as much of yourself as possible, because that's what we're looking for, and that's what we value here, because your whole self is here.
Use this as an opportunity to really kind of look inward and really grow as a person, really just fall into it, have a lot of fun feeding people, because food really does bring people together.